good morning, everybody. I actually just wanted to get on here this morning really quick and share a very brief testimony. It's like a two-part series of a testimony. And I'm sharing this testimony today because I have learned in my journey of being a born-again Christian that forgiveness is key. Listen, I'm I'm gonna go into details about how forgiveness is key, but I do want to share my testimonies first. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. So, uh, not to go into details too much because I'm writing a book and I would prefer you guys to pick up the book so you can have a better idea and a more in-depth explanation about certain things. But I want to start with the relationship with my mother. Um, I can't say anything bad about her because she's an amazing person. But starting out in my earlier years, I had a lot of resentment towards her, and unforgiveness. And the reason why I had a lot of resentment towards her and unforgiveness is because I felt like growing up, instead of her being more financially supportive, I felt like she could have been more supportive in general. Um, there was a situation where my mom, she would have to work like 13, 14-hour days, 5 days, 6 days out the week sometimes. So, she wasn't there for me a lot. In my earlier years, from like the age of 7 till I was about 13. And then when I turned 13, uh, she got in an accident, and the accident caused her to be not disabled per se, but she was limited to a lot of things. By the grace of God, my mom is well functioning now, but from 13 to 16, it was kind of rough, and I think that's when I needed her the most, and she wasn't there on a physical level and an emotional level. Nothing bad on her, I promise y'all. Like, it's nothing bad. It's just she is in constant pain every day, so all she did was sleep. And it put a lot of strain on our relationship over the years. And I talked to her and let her know that everything that I had gone through when she wasn't around made me hate her, because I felt like she should have been a better mother. Not in the sense of how she treats me, because my mom is amazing. Like, she's the coolest mom on the block. My mom's cool, but I felt like if she wasn't trying to, I felt like she was trying to push me away because she didn't love me. And excuse me, I was about 24 years old when I found out that I was living a complete lie. Like, my mom did love me. She still loves me. It was like she did what she couldn't prevent. What she didn't know she couldn't prevent. And it was really merely up to me to speak up, and I chose not to. So I don't blame anybody for anything that I went through per se, between me and my mom, because my mom really had no control. She just did what she could with what she had. And, you know, um, after that in-depth conversation, I began to understand my mother a lot more. So it was easy for me to forgive her in that moment, because she was just doing what she knew best to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, that was kind of hard to tell somebody that has always loved me and been there for me when no one else was, that I hated them. I said it, and it didn't hurt her because she knew where I was coming from. And, I thank God for giving my mother so much wisdom and understanding, because I was hard to deal growing up, because I was just so angry and so bitter and so full of resentment towards people, being bullied and molested and all kind of crazy stuff. So, when me and her had that conversation, it really just shedded light on a lot of things. And I think she realized that it wasn't even me that she was mad at. It was what I allowed to take place and not speaking up. That's what I was mad about. Like the people who did it to me, not her. And because I was too afraid to speak up, I just lashed out. You know, it put a strain on our relationship for a number of years. But lo and behold, me and my mom are in a great place because I had to forgive her for not being who I wanted her to be and accepting who she really is and loving every part of her. Even now, like I love my mom to death, but she get on my damn nerves. But she's a mother, so that's what mothers do. They love us, they protect us, they don't tell us nothing wrong, even if we don't want to hear the truth. They give it. So there's that. But I love my mom to death. I wouldn't trade her for nothing. I appreciate her. I tell her every day I love her and I appreciate her. That's like every day. And if she was on here right now, she'd tell you that. But moving forward to the second individual that I've had to forgive. Now, this one I wasn't trying to. I wasn't. So I'm just gonna go into a little bit of details. Excuse me. Oh, my throat. Yeah, I got sinuses allergies really bad, so don't mind me. But anyways, yeah. So uh, my mom married this guy. I want to say I don't want to say his name, but um, she married this guy when I was probably about like 7, and he before they got married, he portrayed himself to be like this God fearing man, like so respectful and laid back. But it was like once they got married, it was horrible. This man was verbally and physically abusive towards my mom, and he was sexually abusive towards me. He molested and raped me the entirety of their marriage. Um, my mother had no idea what was going on because he was very sneaky, and um, yeah, it was horrible. I'm just gonna be real. It was a horrible, horrible thing to go through. And mind you, I've never really had a relationship with my biological father. Since I moved to Georgia. So, I really looked at this man like my dad, and he just betrayed my trust. And to this very day, I don't have trust issues, but I'm very, very, very cautious who I have around my family, who I have around my friends, any guys that I'm dating. I don't really like them around my family or whatever for that particular reason. I'm very cautious about who I date. Even though there's still some butt heads, but I'd rather have a butt head than a child molester and around my family. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, um, yeah. So that guy, he messed me up. He did. Things he did to me were so bad that it would be like something from a movie. Like if I could write a book, which I am writing a book, but if I could write a movie about my childhood, I probably would like open up so many windows and old stuff that would get me rich, essentially. Because a lot of people are going to want to see it, but it would tear families apart. Okay? But anyways, yeah, so, I'll never forget the very last time he molested me. He left, and my mom came home from work early. I don't know why, but it just so happened she came home from work early. And she found me sitting in the middle of the floor crying. I'm just crying, just crying. I probably wasn't even saying nothing. I remember me crying because I kept doing like this. I remember like wiping my face when she came in and she asked me what was wrong, and I, I, I guess I got tired and I told her what happened, and she took me to the hospital, and the doctors were like, because my hymen was not broken, there was no proof of me being raped or molested. So, I told her like they don't believe me, and I don't I don't recall her not believing me, but I do recall her getting a divorce, um, and getting a restraining order for me and her on her ex-husband or whatever. So I had a lot of resentment towards that because I felt like she should have got him locked up, but that's neither here or there. I don't hate my mom. She did what she could do because like black people don't have a voice, especially in Georgia. So, it is what it is. But anyways, um, yeah. So fast forward, right? About 2 months ago, I told you that story tidbit. It's a lot more details. Like I said, I'm writing a book, so I'm gonna be posting about it here soon. Hopefully by December, I'll have everything put together. And January it'll be. I don't know. I don't know where God is leading me on this book. I'm just taking my time because it's a tell-all book that I'm writing about my life and how I overcame and how God has transformed my life completely. So it's a time-consuming, no rush type of book. So, but anyways, yeah. So what was it, August? Yeah, August, right? No, July. Um, I went to church. I'm an avid church goer, and I went to like a Bible study. I think it was. I think it was Bible. It was either Bible study or it was. I think it was. Anyways, it don't matter. It was at night, and it was like one of the services, the night services. But anyways, so lady came up to me. One of the pastors came up to me and just said, just like this. She said, "If you let it go." Now this is the spirit of the Lord speaking through this lady, plain as day. He said, "If you let it go, I will give you the relationship with your father and the job that you wanted. If you let it go." I was like, what? Let go? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And then I went back to Massachusetts. Now I haven't been in Massachusetts for 10 years, and the reason why is because I love my family, but being around them is stressful. Uh, so I went home to visit. I went to go pick up my niece because she went to go visit her dad, which is my oldest brother. And started. And me and my mom have custody of her or whatever. So she lives with us. She's been living with us forever. Anyway, that's my girl. But anyway, so I go up there, whatever, and every day that I'm there, from the time I get out of the car and walk into my aunt's house, I was an emotional wreck. I'm crying every day. For like, I was stuck there. I was only supposed to stay 7, but I ended up being stuck for 10 days. Well, for 3 days, so it made it 10 days. But I cried every day. I cried every day, and it was a Thursday. I was supposed to leave on a Friday. But it was a Thursday. Me and my oldest brother, we've never really had a good relationship. That's a whole nother story I'll share on another occasion. But we've never had a good relationship. No, regardless of how hard I try to love my brother and treat my brother with respect, I don't get that. It's not reciprocated. But whatever. Anyways, yeah. So, um, the night before I leave, I just had an urgency to just speak into the atmosphere. It was nobody around, it was just me. And I was like, I forgive this person, I forgive that person. I'm naming everybody name by name and what they did to me. And I said, I forgive them, Lord. I want to be free of this baggage. I want to be free of this bondage. I just want to be free of these people. I'm grown now. They can't mistreat me now. They can't do me wrong now. Cause now I can fight and I can stand up for myself. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I came home and I was having like my blood pressure was like really really high, y'all, for like 2 weeks. Like, I was having these really, really bad headaches. I was lightheaded. Like, I was hot. Like, I had all the signs of high blood pressure. But anyway, so yeah, so I got home Monday. By that Saturday, my dad called. I haven't spoke at that point. I haven't spoken to my dad in a year, and we talked, whatever. And after we hung up the phone, I sent him a text message. I'm not gonna read it because it was a lot, but I flipped the script and told my dad everything. Like how I never hated. I used to hate my dad as well because I felt like he should have been there, not on a financial level, but on a spiritual and emotional level. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I just read him like a book and gave him his Miranda rights and just let him know what it is moving forward. Like if you choose to be in my life after this, it's okay. We could work. But if you choose not to, I'm not gonna shed another tear about it. Plain and simple. I'm 30 years old, and I've tried my hardest to reach out to my dad. Like I've forgiven him because not because he's just because he's my father, but I don't know why he is the way he is. So I just have to forgive it and let it go. Uh, so now here's where it gets really interesting. Um, that was a Saturday. So Sunday, I go to church and I'm at church, tearing at church. I'm shouting, I'm screaming, I'm hollering, I'm getting everything. It was like in a matter of 10 days, everything that God has built me up for in 4 years just went out the drain for a split second. For 10 days rather. And so yes, I went to church getting that pressure up off me. And I'm in a better place now. But so while church was going on, the Spirit of the Lord said, go home. And I went home. Um, I wasn't even home a few, probably 10 minutes at the most. And my mom's ex-husband pulls up to the house. Now, mind you, the first time I seen this man in 19 years, 20 years, was last year, around November. I was working at a gas station, and I came in the store or whatever, and he spoke. I was like, yo, what's up? Whatever, because I'm not a hateful person. So I was like, hey, what's going on? Whatever. And he left. And so I came home from church, and I was sitting outside on my porch, just chilling, and I thought it was my brother. So I'm like, yo, what's up? I call my brother T Double, that's his nickname. So I was like, yo, T Double, what up? Because I'm thinking it's his car, excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. But when he opened that door, that was not T Double. It was my mom's ex-husband. And he comes and he's like, do y'all hate me? And I was like, I don't, but my mom probably do. He was like, why she hate me? What I did? When he said that, I bust out laughing. I was like, did you really have to ask that? Like, are you retarded? For real? Like, I was like, nigga, you retarded? You tripping? Like, what didn't you do? He was like, what I do? What I do? So I told him, I was like, well, you verbally and physically abused my mom, and then you were molesting me for 3 years. Okay. He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never did nothing like that. I'm like, dude, listen. I said plain as that. I said, look, I forgive you for what you did to my family, what you did to me. I no longer hate you. But if you're not going to be man enough to admit that what you did, I refuse to keep talking to you. So he was like, okay, boom, he leave. And before he got in the car, he said, you made me do it. I wanted to kill that man for 20 years. 20 years. I've been harboring to that hate for that man for 20 years, and I had an opportunity to kill him, but instead of killing him physically, I killed him with kindness, and I forgave him. Now, I told you guys this testimony to say this. Um, I feel so free. Like, excuse me, I feel so free. I'm telling y'all. As I said, I was gonna explain why forgiveness is the key. It's key. Forgiveness is a key to not only open windows of opportunity for you to grow as an individual, but it does so much more to your mental health, to your physical health. Like y'all, since that day, I have lost like 10 pounds, not from stressing, but it's like the more I progress with my Christian walk, the more weight I lose, the more I sleep better, I breathe well, not right now because I have a sinus infection going on, but I breathe better, I eat better, I communicate better. Since I've really reached a place of forgiveness and letting it go. Now that's nothing to see. They tell you to forgive, but it's hard to forget. No, you need to forgive and just act like it never happened. That's what really like moves God. When he see that somebody could just blatantly disrespect you or mistreat you and you forgive them for real and leave it alone. So they don't talk about that. But I'm telling you from experience. Anything that I say is from experience. Feel me? But to actually forgive and let it go, it's an amazing thing. And since that happened, so many opportunities have come into fruition. Like, as I do these videos, you're gonna see a lot of progression, a lot of things going on. I'm gonna try to keep my conversations to a minimum or whatever. But anyways, yeah. Um, Forgiveness is key. It truly is. You gotta forgive and leave it alone. Don't bring it back up. Don't be like, yeah, I forgive you, but every time your boyfriend go outside, you better not be out there with that girl. Or you know what I'm saying? Just leave it alone. Act like it never. I mean, that's easier said than done, but I'm doing it and I did it, and I feel amazing. When I say amazing, I mean amazing, y'all. Amazing. I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like a totally different person. I am a totally different person, mentally wise, anyway. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching this. I'm gonna try my hardest to do a video a week or however God leads me to do it. But I definitely wanted to talk to y'all real quick and let y'all know that forgiveness is key. Do it and you will be free indeed. I promise you, no lie. But anyways, I'm out of here, y'all. I'm finna do some laundry. Peace.